These are my top 3 flags every passive real estate investor needs to watch out for when investing in real estate syndications as a passive investor. And I hope these are able to help save you a lot of hassle and headaches, as well as help save you thousands of dollars. But before we dive in, I just want to welcome you to my channel, The Passive Income Therapist. My name is Wayne, and we dive in through all the ins and outs regarding the world of private real estate, as well as specifically real estate syndication. So let's go ahead and dive in. So the number one flag I think every passive real estate investor needs to watch out for is that if the sponsor or the other partner is going to have any skin in the game. Now, this could be a couple ways for having skin in the game. That could be either they're putting their own money into the deal as well. But with real estate syndications, what's popular a lot of times is that these are going to be larger scale deals where they're not going to be able to foot a ton of the money. And that's why they're going to you as a passive investor to help invest in the deal. But you want to make sure if they're going to invest some capital in the deal, that's going to be enough to where they're going to have the potential to lose a good amount in the deal, or if they're going to have some sort of other consequences or repercussions, that if the deal doesn't go the way that it's planned and the deal goes south, that there's going to be some sort of other backlash that's going to happen on the operator's end that's going to negatively impact their reputation as well as their wealth. So number one, you want to make sure that sponsor or that group that you're partnering with is going to have skin in the game to align your interests as their own. The number two flag I think every passive real estate investor needs to watch out for are larger acquisition fees. Now, I believe every sponsor and partner, when they are doing all the upfront work and finding the deals and acquiring those deals, I think the sponsors definitely should get some sort of acquisition fee to help compensate their work. But what I want you to focus on as a passive investor is looking at the acquisition fees compared to the fees that the sponsor is going to get at the end of the deal for the cycle. So what I mean is that if the sponsor group is having a larger acquisition fee compared to the sale or the refi fees that they're going to get at the end of the deal, I want you to look at that with a cautious eye because, for example, if someone is going to get a larger acquisition fee at the beginning time versus the end time, for me as a passive real estate investor, that looks to me that they are more concerned on getting the upfront fees and the costs at the beginning time than to get that deal done and to execute on the business plan to make sure they hit the returns that they are trying to project for you as a passive investor that's investing in that deal. So I just want you to make sure to be on the lookout for larger acquisition fees compared to the fees at the end of the life cycle for that deal. The number three flag to watch out for is assumable positive projections. Now, what I mean by this is that when you're looking through the deal and the sponsor is projecting certain rent increases that they are going to be able to achieve, exit cap rates, or really a lot of other market factors, you want to make sure that there's going to be evidence and stats that are going to be able to back up what the sponsor is projecting you're going to be able to achieve. Because the last thing that you want to be investing in as a passive investor is that the best case scenario is going to hit these projected returns. Now, as a passive investor, for me, I would rather see the worst case scenario being just a little less than the projected overall return, because you want to make sure that even if something doesn't go right in the market, you want to make sure that you're going to be able to still achieve a good return, whether or not the market is going to have these certain factors at the end life cycle of the deal. So case in point, you want to make sure that the sponsor is going to be able to show you and provide you the evidence that they are going to be able to hit these projections, especially with what they can do on the sponsor end rather than the market factors, because you want to make sure you can control how much you can with the real estate deal and focusing on those rather than focusing on the perfect market conditions for when that life cycle end of the deal comes. Now, there are many flags that you need to watch out for as a passive investor, but this is my top 3 that I really think you should be on the lookout for when partnering with new sponsorship groups and real estate syndications. Now, if there's something that I didn't go over in my top 3 that you think should be in the top 3, definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments, but I will see you in the next video.